Hi, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Tuesday, February 24th. News from Arkansas. It snowed yesterday. It may snow again tomorrow. Unfortunately, it didn't stop the Arkansas legislature from meeting. Just joking. In the news today at the legislature, the House completed action on the legislation to abolish the State Lottery Commission. It will become an agency under the governor's control and Department of Finance and Administration. The University of Arkansas system won approval of its legislation to begin eVersity, a low-cost online education to reach people who are having a hard time completing their college educations. Governor Asa Hutchinson called a news conference today to sign the legislation that will require computer science instruction in all Arkansas high schools. Certainly a step forward for Arkansas, but I don't know how it messes with the step backwards the state took this week with passage of Senate Bill 202, which prevents local governments from preventing discrimination against gay people. The governor allowed this bill to become law. He would not veto it. After it became law, Walmart, the giant retailer based in Bentonville, issued a statement saying that it opposed the bill. It was bad for business. Everyone's scratching their heads about why they waited until then to say this. National figures have criticized the state over the signing of the bill. Everybody from entertainers, Cher, to any number of major religious and civil rights organizations. The issue is not dead among a hearty group of people who do believe in equal rights in Arkansas. Tales from the South, the nationally syndicated NPR radio program, plans to tape 2 programs in Arkansas in the next week that talks about real people and their real stories of being gay in Arkansas and suffering loss because of it. They've invited Governor Asa Hutchinson to attend. The governor probably also should attend the Stonewall Democrats meeting this Sunday in Hillcrest, at which they'll gather Democratic legislators who are friendly to the cause of equal rights and talk about what the strategies can be in the future. Those strategies do include continued efforts by several cities, including Little Rock, to pass ordinances that do guarantee equal protection to people before the state law takes effect. They hope to establish standing for a lawsuit to challenge the state law. Also, there's action continuing to beat a pending bill that's even worse than the bill that's passed already. This is the conscience bill, so-called, that would allow anybody to discriminate against anybody for any reason in just about any human transaction if you merely said religion was your excuse. It's particularly bad legislation. There's some hope perhaps Asa Hutchinson can be brought to the table to stand up against this bill, though I'm not entirely sure. The bill has a hard chance of passing the Senate committee, which is controlled by Democrats, but the Senate is controlled overall by Republicans. They could pull the bill from committee and pass it anyway, which they may do. I recommend you check the Arkansas blog for a touching story by a Hot Springs transgender woman who's filed a federal court lawsuit about being fired from her job as an electrician in Hot Springs when her employer learned that she was a transgender person. They simply weren't comfortable with it. There is discrimination against people on sexual issues. There ought to be protection for them, despite what opponents of the bills that have passed recently have said on the floors of the legislature. Elsewhere this week in Arkansas State University police are busy at work trying to find out if a man operating a drone was using it to take peekaboo photographs through the windows of women's dormitory at Arkansas State University. North Little Rock School District has a hot meeting Thursday night. They're going to hear the termination hearing of football coach Brad Bolden. There's only 30 seats in the room. There's going to be a remote site for the many others who want to watch this at another school in the district. Downton Abbey fans, take heart. The AETN, which was knocked off the air Sunday night by weather, will re-show its Sunday night schedule on Thursday, so be ready to see all the happenings on the great British soap opera. And finally, on a serious note, Ernest Dumas has written a fine column for us this week, and you can read it on the Arkansas blog, explaining Leslie Rutledge, the Attorney General, and her opposition to clean air regulations proposed by the Obama administration. It's all about protecting the coal and the railroad industry, of course. He remembers a time when Attorney Generals in Arkansas actually worked in the people's interest, not in the coal company's interest. Since he wrote that for us this week, there's been an interesting exchange. Leslie Rutledge has issued a news release boasting about testifying before Congress about her opposition to the EPA rules. She invokes the natural state and talks about how she wants to present clean air. The Sierra Club fired right back with a good news release saying it seemed a little ironic to have somebody talking about clean air in the natural state when they were defending the emission of carbon pollution into the air in our very own natural state. I'm Max Brantley. That's it for today.